You are tired. Maybe you don't even know why. Not tired like I need sleep. Tired in your bones. Tired in your soul. Tired of holding everything together while quietly unraveling inside. You've been everyone's cushion, everyone's anchor, everyone's emotional support line. And somehow, the moment you need someone, silence. This isn't just exhaustion, it's erosion. You've trained yourself to be the one who smooths conflict, the one who lets things go, the one who smiles and says, "It's okay," even when it clearly isn't, because somewhere along the way, you learned a dangerous idea, that goodness guarantees respect. Let's break that illusion right now. The world does not reward the nicest, it rewards the most strategic. The ones who understand that being good without power is just an invitation to be used. If you're the person who gives endless second chances, keeps quiet to avoid making waves, forgives when it's undeserved, this is going to sting. You're not being respected. You're being managed. Think back. How many times did you feel your boundaries being crushed, but smiled anyway? How many times did you downplay your pain so someone else wouldn't feel uncomfortable? How many apologies have you handed out just to avoid being misunderstood? And where did it get you? Did anyone respect you more? Or did they just push further, take more, expect more? Because you never made them pay the price for crossing you? It's a bitter truth. The more you try to be agreeable, the more invisible you become. Machiavelli wasn't a villain. He was a realist. He understood what most people are too afraid to admit. That morality without leverage is a costume. That being good isn't the same as being valued. And if you're watching this, you've already started to feel it. That gut-level awareness that people will smile while draining you, that they'll cheer your kindness until it no longer serves them. And then, gone. The praise, the love, the attention, it's conditional. It exists as long as you stay useful and agreeable. And when you stop, they'll call you cold. They'll say you changed. But the truth is, they're just upset that they lost control. Here's what they won't tell you. When you walk away from being the people pleaser, everything changes. People who once overlooked you start to lean in. The ones who dismissed you start recalculating. That quiet shift, when you go from available to unreachable, rewires the entire relationship. Why? Because scarcity creates value. And when you stop handing yourself out like samples at a grocery store, people realize they can't get you on demand anymore. You go from disposable to undeniable. Now let's talk psychology. Where did this pattern come from? You weren't born needing to please people. That was installed. Every "be nice," every "don't talk back," every time you were told that expressing anger was bad, it added one more brick to the mental prison you live in now. And no one told you this wasn't virtue, it was conditioning, a way to keep you soft, manageable, useful. You learned that kindness equals safety, that if you never made waves, people would like you, and maybe they did. But liking someone isn't the same as respecting them. And here's the kicker. You're probably still trying to be nice to people who wouldn't even show up for you in a real crisis. People you've emotionally subsidized for years. Why? Because you've been taught that your worth is tied to their approval. That stops now. Machiavelli said it clearly. A man who wishes to act entirely virtuously soon meets with what destroys him among so many who are not virtuous. Translation? If you try to play fair in an unfair game, you're not noble, you're a target. This doesn't mean becoming a monster, it means becoming awake. Knowing when to be kind and when to be quiet, when to forgive and when to vanish, when to serve and when to say no without apology. You think power means being loud? Being forceful? Real power is calm, controlled, surgical. It's the quiet no that leaves people stunned. It's the refusal to explain yourself. It's the silence after betrayal, not the essay. So let's ask something uncomfortable. Not as an accusation, but as reflection. Is your kindness coming from love or from fear? Because when you trace it back, you might find that your goodness is just avoidance in disguise. Fear of abandonment, fear of confrontation, fear of being judged. That's not virtue. That's fear pretending to be love. And fear-based kindness doesn't make you noble. It makes you invisible. It teaches people that you can be crossed without consequence, that your no is always negotiable, that your pain is tolerable if it keeps the peace. So they keep pushing, because you keep allowing. But what if, just once, you stopped? Not with a fight, not with an outburst, just with distance, stillness, absence. That moment will say more than 1,000 emotional speeches ever could. When you stop explaining yourself, when you stop asking to be understood, something profound happens. You stop living on other people's terms. You stop renting space in their minds and finally move back into your own. You become undeniable, not because you shouted louder, but because you finally walk like someone who doesn't need to be followed. Let's be honest, some people in your life only like you as long as you're easy to control. The moment you draw a boundary, the script flips. They'll say you've changed, you've become difficult, selfish. Here's the truth. You didn't change. You just stopped negotiating your worth, and the people who benefited from your silence, they'll be the first to call you rude for finally speaking. They'll say you're overreacting, when really, you've just started reacting appropriately. Notice who gets uncomfortable when you start standing tall. Those are the ones who depended on your slouch. There's a test here, one you didn't ask for, but you have to take. It's the moment you assert yourself and watch how people respond. Do they respect the shift or try to shrink it? Do they adapt or guilt you into reverting? Their reaction is your answer. You don't need to fight them. You just need to exit the performance. Let them clap for the old you. That version's gone. You're writing a new act, and this one doesn't require applause. This isn't about becoming heartless. It's about no longer handing your heart to people who see it as a transaction. You can still be generous, but intentional. Still kind, but uncompromising. And if you're wondering how to get there, it starts with small shifts. You stop saying yes when your gut screams no. You stop smiling when something clearly crossed the line. You stop over-explaining to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You start walking away without giving them a map of where you're going. That's not cruelty. That's clarity. Machiavelli said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." That doesn't mean you become a tyrant. It means you understand this. Being respected will always protect you more than being liked. Because in the real world, people don't listen to intentions. They respond to consequences. You don't have to scream to be taken seriously. You just have to show through action that your boundaries are not suggestions. Start setting standards without explaining them. The right ones won't question them. The wrong ones will disqualify themselves. And that's a win. You'll notice something else too. The more you live with intention, the more energy comes back. That deep, heavy exhaustion you've carried, it starts to lift. Why? Because that weight was never from doing too much. It was from suppressing too much. Too many unspoken frustrations, too many ignored instincts, too many moments where you made yourself smaller to make others comfortable. You've been shrinking your power and calling it peace. No more. From now on, your peace won't come from swallowing conflict. It'll come from choosing it when necessary. Saying no, saying stop, saying enough, and letting the chips fall. Because people will adjust, or they'll leave, and either outcome clears space. And when that space opens up, guess what fills it? You do. The real you. The one who doesn't say sorry for existing. The one who doesn't give 10 chances to people who wouldn't give one. The one who no longer ties self-worth to how many people smile when you walk into a room. You'll start attracting different people, stronger ones who don't need to manipulate you to feel powerful, ones who respect your fire, not just your warmth. And more than that, you'll start respecting yourself in a way that doesn't need mirrors or compliments, a quiet, solid self-respect that follows you like armor. So ask yourself this: are you done being a nice person at your own expense? Are you ready to be a whole person, even if it makes a few people uncomfortable? Because here's the raw truth: if your kindness is rooted in fear, it's not kindness, it's currency. And the price is your freedom. Stop paying it. Take back your time. Take back your energy. Take back your voice. You don't need to be feared. You don't even need to be loved. You just need to be self-owned. And when you live like your dignity is non-negotiable, you don't chase respect. It walks toward you. So if this message shook something in you, don't run from it. Sit with it. Let it unravel what needs to unravel. Because on the other side of that unraveling, there's the you who doesn't beg, doesn't bend, doesn't vanish for approval. There's the you who walks into a room and doesn't need anyone's permission to stay.